And as you present yourself with your light and your intention today, draw another breath in and just hear the sounds, the feelings in your throat as it passes through a couple more times. And inhale, rise the chin, please. Exhale, allow the hands to join down on your knees. Exhale, longer. Squeeze that belly in. Keep that chest lifted and keep breathing. And we're going to do a nice spinal flex here to move the energy of that word to vibrate. And we're going to use a pranayama where we're going to inhale with that chest lifted. We'll hold that breath with that root lock in, the pelvic floor lifts, and then we'll do a little spinal movement, holding the knees, holding the breath in, keeping that chin in, not down. Remember that spinal column. And then when you need to exhale, come back to center and exhale completely. Fully inhale again. And again, spinal flex while you're not breathing. It will heat you. It will start to feel like you're going to exacerbate your breath. Try not to do that. Do you? Keep that eye focus, that gaze up towards the third eye, gentle gaze. It will again move this energy. And when you're ready, inhale and exhale. And a lot of times I will not be doing the postures. My beautiful partner James is wonderful at doing this. He's a yogi through and through. And again, keep the eye gaze. Be gentle with yourself and just notice what comes. Do this for a couple minutes with a relaxed jaw, a relaxed tongue, and keep going. Notice the thoughts as they come up. Try not to move your head. You're just moving the ribs back and forth. So by bringing the belly in, and you keep your shoulders where they are. And it's something that's going to be very challenging, but keep moving, especially when we don't have too much flexibility in the sacrum. This is the whole action of the spinal column. We need flexibility in this to do it your way, the gentle way, without aggravating your mind. Come back in and focus. 20 more seconds. Exhale all your air here. Now inhale. We'll do one more together. Exhale. Inhale. Meditate, please. Let go of the belly, let go of the breath and control, and just allow your body to breathe you. Stack your palms, take your thumbs touching, and just rest in your lap. Relax the legs, relax the mind. And ideally, we want to become this empty vessel. It's a gateway to connect to everybody else. And we cannot do that if we're thinking. So just relax the jaw, relax the chin, and maybe again take that gaze 60 degrees up from your nose, where the skull attaches your nose. Breathe in. And breathe out. Back in to a little bit more of that breath control. Now inhale. Take your hands back on your knees. And we're just going to move our neck a little. So if you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm not used to sitting like that for so long, you have to take care of your body. So if you need to do any kind of change up, like any of these postures are fine, because we're just going to keep the spine straight. So sometimes we need a little bit more of support here. So you do you, and then do not move, but move the cervical spine, please. So inhale. And then exhale the chin down, and then relax the jaw, even the mouth opens a little, and inhale, and do neck rolls. And really get into your neck rolls today. Close the eyes and feel all those spots that you can open up without the judgments or concerns that you're not doing it right. It's your body and how it feels today. So relax that jaw, so much so that the tongue relaxes and the mouth opens as you come back a little. Try not to move your body, just move your cervical spine. And really get into the breath sounds, or even a moaning. It's like, oh. Love what you're doing for your body. And when you're ready, come back to the center and inhale the other way. And if you have been told not to move your head like this for some reason, you must listen. How long ago was that you were told? We really come into whatever the doctor or even the physios and whatever, myself as a kinesiologist, I give people a program, and then 7 years later, they're still doing the same program. That's not good. That's not what I want. We have to evolve every day. Maybe it's we go backwards. And then all of a sudden, it's completely different. Exhale, and inhale, center, raise your shoulders up, and then roll them back a few times. Inhale up, exhale back. Again. Last one. Exhale. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and straighten out the legs. And I want us to come into a nice supported 5-minute pose where we will be putting some tension on our low spine. So let's grab a bolster or pillows, or maybe you're good enough on the floor with nothing. Again, everybody's different, right? So I want you to come in with your knees bent and your feet together, and you have your prop just situated behind your back. Now, it's morning, right? So who knows? You may need to and require some blocks that, again, maybe underneath. I like pillows. It helps, supports gently. And just come on down to your backside. And again, take a look at your head. It's center, but pretend it's up your head. chin is up, head's down. And if your head looks like this, in other words, you have quite the feeling under opening, like, and you try to tuck under and it won't go, try to get something that's going to help support, like a little chair. So roll up blankets, towels, or whatever that you need to do to make sure that you are flat, your spine is straight, your head's not back. Like that, block. And then, like James is doing here, your palms are down, your feet are together, and you're going to open up into a nice butterfly. But first, I want you to kind of draw more of the heels back towards your hips. And this could be uncomfortable. So open up the knees now. Take your feet flat together, soles feeling, nestling together. And even take your hands on top of your knees a little and feel where you feel it. And that may be way too much. If it is, just allow the heels to push away from your groin. Notice with your thoughts, with your breath, and that sensation your body is feeding you, whether or not it's harming your knees. Is it a sensation or is it knee pain? Breathe in and breathe out, and relax your arms onto the floor, and then take your palms to the ceiling, and then slide your arms up a little with the elbows staying down. So open up maybe into a T arm or just below T. But please try not to let anything float. So this is a lot of strain that James is placing on himself. So I suggest he opens up his arm a little and deciding whether or not that's something that feels right for him. As your guide, I do not know what you feel. But I do know I want you to pay attention to what's going down below your hips. And notice that sensation easing off or increasing. It's your thoughts, it's your mind. Wherever you take your attention, that is where you're going to be focusing on the most. So as I leave you to do your own thing here, and there's no more dialogue, the goal is to stay in your pose and let the pose work you. So if you trail off in your mind and you think, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, that's normal. So we want to be above normal. We want to be really amazing yogis, taking care of us first. Again, it's a 5-minute posture. Maybe you have to have your feet lower. Maybe you have to not do this anymore because it's enough time for you. Because 3 minutes is also yin in nature. So if that's the case, you draw your legs back up and then straighten them out. But remain into this meditative action, because it is an action until it's real meditation. Can you allow the tongue to kind of feather up to the top of the roof of your mouth and gently touch the very part of your teeth, nice and gentle, and maintain that connection. It's a connection for your brain, for the glands, and your jaw is relaxed so the teeth are not touching, but the lips are closing. and not pressing. And just feel whatever action you did with your arms. You feel that chest opening. And the sound of your breath is getting deeper. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Fully exhale. Inhale, drop the knees and lower your arms down to help them, assist them. Take your hands maybe on your legs and lift your butt up a little and then back down. Feet are apart. Maybe hands are on your sides or the floor. But I want you to fully let go and embrace your prop and feel grounded as you let go. Become that open vessel. Once again, relax the jaw, relax the eyes, meditate just behind your eyelids. Inhale, allow your feet to come closer together. Take your left arm out to the side and then rock all the way to the left in your fetal position. Come off of your prop completely, please. Allow your knees to come up. Your arm will become your pillow unless you have something else you'd like. And breathe into your heavy legs. Letting your body be the way it is. And I want you to experience the light. Let your spiritual nature illuminate and brighten each day. Pay attention. Brushing over details can create gray and stagnant areas. So whatever your intention is, whatever that word is, unless you're using the word light, can you add those thoughts? Attention to detail. Paying attention to the gray areas of your body, your thinking mind. And slowly push yourself all the way up onto your seat again, preferably having some kind of prop underneath. It's better if it's not too high. And this time, it'd be nice to be able to take a bowl block or some kind of prop underneath your legs. And then we're going to flex our feet and lengthen our legs so that your feet come off the ground. And then come it back down. Now, I want you to take your hands, your fists, and lift your bottom up a little and let it back down. We're repatterning the fascia of our seat. And I want you just to allow yourself to make sure that the feet are not hanging out to the side, because we have so much control here. So first, toes towards the ceiling. Maybe you have to rock by the knees into the center by taking the outside of the leg and spiraling it in a little. But try not to do anything else with the seat unless it feels not right. And then relax everything. You may have to have your knees quite bent here because I want us to focus in on that back body. So you do you. As you inhale your arms up to the sky, stay for that exhale as you draw the shoulders down. Let the palms face each other. Reach up to the sky. The shoulders are down and you're just lifting. Now, can you exhale as you ground down your sit bones? But your head is lifted. Inhale. And exhale the chin in. And then allow the arms to come onto your body. Exhale. Palms up. Maybe the palms are together. And they're just here to mostly feel that sensation that's going on in your spine, specifically the neck, perhaps. Everybody's different. Please do not move now. Do not look around. It's time for you to really engage in the sensations that you're feeling. Breathe in as you relax the shoulders, relax your toes. Where's the light now? Where are the gray areas? These are little details I want you to find in your body, in your awareness. And can you allow the breath to become longer? Really focusing on that exhale. Maybe allowing the belly to come into the spine to help empty out the lungs. Find that light with the spine. Try not to move. Not quite at 3 minutes yet. And that's a magical number. And it's just not Yin Yoga that discovers this. I remember almost 20 years ago, maybe more like 15, at UBC, it was micro stretching. And the studies they did was exactly discovering that it takes 3 minutes to actually feel this re-lengthening. And if you move, because of all that we are now understanding with the fascia, that little movement that you do is going to stimulate the body to repattern again. If we stay longer, like this one, 5 minutes, and you were to keep focusing on the breath, there's new information that connects that long breath. Even holding that breath at the top for a couple seconds. Your breath is full, your lungs are full. And as you exhale, you go deeper completely. Exhale. And they know that the fascia within the blood vessels, within the arteries, within the veins, that compression, the ischemic response, that pause of the breath to the fluid, long breath again, stimulates that fascia, repatterns into a new length to the tissues. Keep up 20 more seconds, knowing that we have control. But usually that control is harmed because we're going way too deep. That study was a 3 out of 10 in intensity, not our 6 or 7. That's not a service to the body. Inhale. Exhale. Now inhale, help yourself all the way back up with your hands behind you, feet flexed. Now we're going to use some yang energy here. Open that chest, keep that chin in right now. The feet are flexed, so the toes are pointing towards you. You're pushing into your heels. You're using that length and the strength from your quads. And open that chest. Keep that chin in. Maybe you want to look back, but make sure you're squeezing your shoulders to do so, to help ease off that chest as you relax the elbows. You do you. Keep the long breath, please. This is the yang version. It's called staff pose. Use that breath, but this time keep your lips closed, the tongue relaxed. Inhale. Come all the way forward, shake, shrug those shoulders, and then bend the knees. Move your prop. Keep the knees open a little bit so the belly can fall through, but I want you to do either a bear grip around your knees or hold the elbows wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Draw the chin in and feel that pressure that you're pushing on your digestive system. Move your breath fully, please. Relax your toes. Long breaths, relax the shoulders. Relax that belly. We're going to do a little fire breath here called breath of fire. And we're going to do it for a whole minute. And if you are pregnant or on your moon cycle, you do not do that. It's okay if it's on the moon cycle, but not the heavy portion. And inhale and equal and extra length of the breath. Maybe slow, maybe fast, but get your rhythm. Inhales and exhales are equal in length. Eye focus, eye gaze. Relax the shoulders. 30 more seconds. Inhale. Hold the breath, squeeze the root block, so squeeze your rectum, your sex organ, and your navel point up and in. Squeeze your spine, inhale more, and exhale, relax your legs straight. Remove any props, and I want you to come right onto your back, please. If you need a prop underneath your knees, you have to take care of you, yeah? Again, land. With the palms facing the ceiling, your arms are out off of the mat. Your feet are apart. I want you just to come into it, maybe tuck in the chin and allow yourself to get rid of all of the movements so that you can ride out this long hold of 1 minute. Inhaling and exhaling, feeling the weight of your skull, relaxation of the jaw and the tongue, relaxation of your shoulders. If this is hard to keep your hands out, you just nestle your hands into your sides, on your belly. But focus in on the breath as you're coming back into the sensations of your hips, relaxing. Your heels dug in by gravity, and you just feel that letting go too. Where you take your mind, you take your attention. When you take your attention with the sounds of your breathing, that's called prana. It's conscious and supportive and meditative. Inhale. And exhale. Start to bend the knees up, please. And I want you just to allow your legs to come back up into off the floor, and again, hold on to your knees. Maybe interlace the fingers or just hold on to both knees separately, but it takes more strength that way. I want you to relax the legs completely. Relax the legs, maybe tuck in the chin again, and come into a little bit of rocking side to side. If you're pulling the knees in too tight, it's going to be too much of a stretch. And if it goes too fast, it's not very meditative. So inhale and exhale. Inhale your light. Inhale your intention. Now inhale, rock all the way over to the side again and sit on up, please. We're going to do another form of our bent legs. And so take your prop once again. We're really getting into the adductors today. And there's a couple of adductors that cross into the hip. The shorter ones require a bent knee, and this is what we're doing. So take your feet as close as you can to your hips, and then open up the legs to the side and grab a hold of the ankles. You're sitting on a prop, right? And you lift the chest, and then you just allow the long hold with your thumbs included. You're opening up the chest. You're grounding down, and then letting go of the legs. If this is really hard on the knees, that's not worth it. No posture is worth the pain like that. So come forward to where you are, even taking a prop, like a block or books, whatever, not underneath the knee, but underneath the thigh. But still feeling something going on. Close the eyes. Maybe you need to add some weight if you're not feeling much, trying to relax the muscles with the thoughts in your mind. So think about the heels and the ball of the feet touching. For some support of the knees, you can be coming, just lifting out your toes away from each other, that flexion. That protects the knees by activating a muscle into the shin here. Again, last couple breaths. These are long breaths, yeah? Eyes up and in, gentle gaze, looking at one spot. It's not crossed eyes at all. Just imagine where the skull attaches, right between the eyebrows, sort of thing. They're up a little, and that's where more light and the color actually shines. And if you're really into your meditation, you will see that one eye. It's called a third eye, but it's actually one eye. Now, inhale. Take your hands behind you and push your heels out to a nice diamond shape. Maybe you have to release some energy that's not feeling right, so do that. And then come back into that. Make sure that sit bone is actively relaxing. Nice and balanced. And we're going to come on forward for 3 more minutes. So inhale. Round the spine. Unless you have something going on in your spine, you have to support your chin. Maybe you have to support your spine straight. Like I have a little bolster against my body, but I'm still focusing on my legs, relaxing. It's harder this way, but still doing a service for your spine. You do you. And go slow. If you go down too deep, too quickly, you're going to activate what's called a stretch reflex. And so we can't just get down fast. That's too much performance here. That's not meditative or being kind to your body. So a nice long inhale and exhale. As you come into your next shape, allow the chin back in, a little root lock lift. Maybe it's 5-10% of muscles. Maybe you have to flex those toes. But focus in on one spot. And if you have more than just one spot, including your neck, including the inner thigh, maybe it's in your glutes, wherever it is, you have to make it ease off. That's your job here. And if you're overdone it, if you activated that stretch reflex, your body's going to react. It won't serve you. You're not serving your body or your mind. Your mind is winning. Or wait, it's called ego. Love your ego. Apply that light energy there. Attention to detail, please. Inhale. Exhale. Relax the shoulders. Relax that chest forward. Feel that back body. Love every moment of the long, slow, conscious breathing. Inhale. Dive in for that exhale. Squeeze the belly. Allow that extra micrometer. And then inhale. Help yourself all the way back up. With the arms behind you. Start to open up one leg. And then the other. Faces the ceiling and then straightens out. Movements. Just feel the ankles. Windshield wipering as you breathe. Bend the knees. And maybe just allow the feet apart. And then again, inhale. Exhale. Feel that opening, especially feeling the outside. Awesome. Now let's head on to our bellies, please. For Sphinx. So tummy time is extremely important. And it's something that for us to be able to feel that pressure into our lower spine, that is not the point here. So please just, can you come in and just place your hands together and put your head on top or to the side, or maybe your head is below your hands? You do you. And then again, I want you just to separate your feet here and even tuck your toes under. So with your knees off the ground, you're pumping your heels back one at a time. What you're doing is you're creating length into your low back. Now take your feet hip distance apart or more. More means that it's more easier on your hips when you come up. Closer together, it's more of a challenge. But you're going to use this posture and the actual sensations in your glutes contracting as a method of discovering whether or not you're going too deep. So inhale and come onto your elbows, please. So take those elbows right underneath your shoulders, and let's see if that's the truth. So take your hands completely around the opposite shoulder. Yeah, elbow. Yeah, so you have to wiggle it in a little. Yeah, that's the way that we need it. Now, how's your glutes doing? Are they firing up? Can you drop your head again and just allow, again, the shoulders to actually lift? So by relaxing, you lose stability. So just relax. It's more of like allowing the shoulder blades to come together. Yeah. And then just relax into a space that you feel that you can maintain. If the glutes are still contracting, that means that you're way too deep. So can you show with your elbows more forward, James? So this is how you draw out of that, by allowing the elbows to come forward, not to the side, but forward. If it comes to the side, it's going to put too much pressure on the shoulder joints. And then you do you. Maybe you want to raise that chin. And then I want you to think about pulling onto your hands or your elbows back towards your body. And what it's going to do is it's going to open up the front. And what's happening in the glutes? Are they still trying to relax, or are they fired up to protect your back? Inhale. And exhale. Trying to relax that exhale as you draw even more of the chest forward. And inhale. You allow that belly to open. Now it's not you. This is diaphragmatic breathing, where you're not actually pushing your belly out. You're actually lifting your ribs apart. So when you inhale, the actual diaphragm is going to descend down. That's a contracted state because now the lungs are full. And then you exhale, the diaphragm will lift up, and then you can open up that chest. But make sure the neck is happy. Close the eyes, relax the jaw, and meditate on the pose here. Sometimes we need a little bit more. So if you do contract the glutes a little and push your hips down into the floor, now you can lift your feet off the ground and try to get your heels towards your butt. Flex your feet a little, and then just feel that what you can do to help open up that chest by drawing your hands back, just gently, as the shoulders come back, the chest comes forward. This is all frontal spine. And again, where are the hips in relationship to your legs? Well, imagine your groin being the general area of the iliopsoas group. So it is the one that's attached to your spine, right by the belly button is the psoas. And the iliacus right into that front of the hip. And if you're coming on Saturday, I would love everybody to come. It's a trigger point workshop where we will be focusing on releasing the front of the hip, which we need so much. And a lot of times we go into maybe physio or massage, and they don't really want to work on that. And you'll learn why. Inhale. Exhale a couple more times in whatever position you chose. Make sure the breath is flowing. Because that's a sign that you're doing too much. Now inhale and allow the feet to come back down if they're up, your head to come back down, and then one elbow at a time. Rocks out to the side, restack your palms, but you're ahead of your body and take your head to the side. Now that could be hard on the shoulder, so maybe that shoulder has to come on down or the arm has to come lower. You pay attention to your body as you relax into the sounds of the breathing, please. Feel and nourish your spine. Diaphragmatic breathing. Move those ribs. Stay where you are with your head turned, and that same leg, can you flex the toe? And then offer that knee out to the side by your hip. And come back into just that length, that sensation of the inner thigh. Letting go. Focus. Relax jaw. Relax mind. And when you're ready, nice and slowly, straighten out that leg. Exhale. Slowly place your chin onto the mat and offer the opposite ear on the floor. Exhale. Now inhale, flex up the toe of that side and offer that knee out to the side. Recovery pose. Let it go. Embrace here. Surrender your body to gravity as you let go of your mind. Inhale. Exhale, the legs straight. Inhale the chin back to center. Take your hands underneath your shoulders, please, and push yourself into your child's pose, Subalasana. Take your knees a little bit together, but space for your belly, and then round your spine first. So really squeeze the belly in, and then maybe take your palms stacked, your fists, so that your chin is away from your chest. Or maybe take a prop. Allow the shoulders to come down and your body to settle into this compressed state of your hips here. Your job now is to relax everything. And sometimes that's a challenge, so we come into a place of awareness of what's compressing. Maybe you're dehydrated, you need water, so your toes are cramping. So you flex your feet, but keep breathing. Get away from the judgment. Serve your body, your breath, your attention, your light, your love. Inhale. Slowly exhale. Heavy, heavy, heavy body. Heavy. Inhale. Push into your hands and help yourself all the way up to your tall seat once again. Taking your prop underneath your hips right away. We're going to open up the legs because we have been very much doing the bent leg thing. Now we need to do the long leg thing for 3 minutes. Start with the feet flexed. And again, do you need to just recorrect what's going on? So some people like to pull on their seat to create space underneath those sit bones. However, if you have sciatica or any sensation that feels like it is, it's probably piriformis syndrome, but if it feels like sciatica and it's underneath your legs, don't pull back any of the protective tissue, the fat in your hips. We need them, the meat. And then flex your feet and then just relax your legs. Notice where the knees are. Are they hanging backwards? If they are, we have to spiral it in again, taking outside and then pushing in and let it go. 3 minutes, come into your shape, your focus. Maybe you need to keep your chest lifted. Maybe you have to have your hands behind you because you've done so much on your neck. Maybe you just need to just be grounded. As you relax your legs, use that root lock here. So the groin is relaxed. The muscles of the knees, they're relaxed. So if you've gone too deep, you're going to feel that sensation within the knees. Focus and breathe into the length of your tissues. Feel the knees almost bending. Just a thought as you breathe long, slow, and deep. If it's too much, you can bend the knees a little so the foot is flat on the floor. But you keep your ankle in the same direction of your knees, toes too. And that's the same kind of movement, except the knees are bent. Do you? Final minute and 5 seconds. Focus in that length of the breath, please. Last breath. Make it big. Pause at the top. And as you pause, come back in and do a little squeeze of your spine. And exhale. And very slowly inhale. All the way up. Hands behind you. Bend the knees. And then come back together. And bend the knees again. Windshield wiper. Did you feel it in the knees? That went too deep then. Inhale and exhale. We're just gathering information and meditating not on our thoughts, on the breath sounds or whatever works for you. And we're coming to our final twist, please. So come onto your back, the knees bent. And take your prop over to the right side. We're going to bridge up. So can you lift off your hips a little and then relax the glutes? And then swing the hips over to the left and then drop it back down. Pick up the knees and allow the knees to touch your prop. You may have to elevate higher. You may have to take a prop in between your knees. Hold your knees or just allow that heaviness. You may also not be able to twist too far. So take another prop right underneath your sacrum. Now that left shoulder, did it rise? So can you push into that right shoulder and your elbow? And then maybe that left shoulder come down. If it's not down, it's still up. I want you to take your left hand onto your side. Keep the elbow down. And look to the right, everybody. And maybe just draw your, again, if you have the ability to have your arm down, your shoulder down, take your left arm up high to the sky. But make sure that everything is down. Wrists, elbow. And you're still looking to the right. And take your right hand and feather the shoulder with your breathing. Touching is everything because this is the sensation of the fascia. Gentle. Couple times and then relax completely. Heavy legs. Stay here for one more minute, please. Focused in on your posture, the sensations. Inhale. Stay for that exhale as you relax even deeper. And inhale back to center. Remove the props to the other side. Release the hips. Take everything into center. Again, bridge off. Lift the buttocks and then swing over to the right. Lift the knees and feet and allow the knees to find your prop. And notice, like me, my knees apart. So I'm going to separate, lock it off. Don't need a story here. And again, to help again a little bit underneath if it's not really connected, or even if your hips are not stacked like James, therefore you're going to feel less like me. So I have that prop underneath and it's more ease. Take that right hand out, Or maybe you have to, again, milk it down, pushing down into that left and then lift, putting pressure on your skull. Do what you can as you rise your right arm, or just allow that arm to be connected to your hip. Again, inhale, feather. Inhale, and exhale, relax jaw, relax tongue, and then settle into your final moment. Meditate on your body and your beautiful mind connection. Inhale. Exhale. Head back to center, arm two. And allow yourself to come back all the way out to the twist. Hips back down, knees back up. Head up to, feel that length of the spine and let it go. Feet back down. And come into your final pose. Shavasana. Feet apart. Even flex them a little. Arms to the side. Maybe allow the head to move side to side. And when you're ready, come into your final moments to settle your body completely. Close the eyes. Relax the jaw. Relax your tongue. And become that open vessel. Let that light shine in. Feel every cell in your body completely nourished and in love. Free. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Move the fingers. Exhale, move the toes. Inhale, rotate the wrists. Get rid of that cracking. Exhale, rotate the ankles. Keep it flowing. Draw your feet closer together and flex them. Interlace your fingers. Take them flat towards your feet. Rotate, inhale. Exhale, feel the toes open. Squeeze your spine. Now inhale, maybe arms over your head. And exhale, push. Now inhale, feel that stretch, opening up your spine. Squeeze, squeeze, flatten your back. Let it go. Bend the knees, please. We're going to stay on our backs here. So maybe the feet are apart. Take your hands in front of your heart and breathe. Feel the heat rising. We just had so much access to our parasympathetic nervous system. And now it's time to wake up for the day. So please place your right hand on your heart and the left on your belly, and breathe fully, nourishing you in gratitude, light, and love. So as you served you today, it's time to take that nourishment and breathe that light out through a prayer or a thought to someone you love deeply. Thanking them and appreciating them for all that they offered you. Now send it out to somebody else you do not know. Maybe a stranger that you passed that looked upset and worried. Send them some light. It brings it full circle. The gift of you here today that you can share with another without them even knowing consciously. We're all connected into that one space that this world has been brought to. Inhale, the hands together, please. Exhale. We're going to sing a gentle om just to release that vibration in your throat. Inhale. Hold that breath as you relax that heart wide open. Squeeze the belly in. Exhale. And inhale to your om. Inhale. Namaste, everybody. Please very slowly take your time. You do not have to come up. You can stay here and nourish. It's the idea of coming to a class in the small community and how we don't have to do anything.